Going inside, no count outs. Oh, what the? How did he catch me like that? Working on legs be like. Nope. Oh, come on now. How the hell I'm supposed to get back to ringside now? You know what? I'm gonna try to drag him down to hell with me now. Come on. Get to the crowd with me. I need you here, my man.
Just pinning the arm down and then driving a knee into the arm. Scott not lacking any signs of resistance.
Let's try a finisher on him. Hope he doesn't reverse it. Yes. Now no one can go back to the ring. Wasn't my fault. Thank you, 2K. What a waste of my time.
A few moments later.
And you really want me to vote for this game to win Game of the Year? Give me a fucking break. This is the second time this happens, few time getting kicked out from the server, multiple game crashes. I can't farm MFP anymore, and I can go on and on with this. But let us just enjoy getting double count out again and again. This is fun. Guess time to wrap it up and talk about WWE 2K24. And in this video, I'll talk about why this game should not win Game of the Year. And to start off, I want to clarify one important thing. And that is, this is not a hate on 2K and everyone works there. On paper, and in a perfect world, this should have been one of, if not the best modern WWE game ever. New match types in casket, ambulance, special guest referee and my own favorite, gauntlet matches. That's really a nice touch we've been asking for a long time. I'm happy to see that and hope to get more in future games. You know, something like 3 Stages of Hell, Iron Survivor, Number 1 Contender, etc. And if I want to talk about game modes, there's only 2 modes I still play at the moment. But first, what about the others? Showcase? Yeah, I'm not a fan of following or game tells me what to do next. It's hollow boring, and this mode just for one time only to get all unlockables and move on. My Rise? It's fun and really hope they expand on that. Or make a special infinite story for our created superstars to explore and unlock things in here, instead of locking almost everything behind a paywall, ahem, persona cards in MyFaction. More on that later. My GM? It's cool, but not for me. I don't really like this mode at all. Which leaves us to the last 2 modes to talk about. My Universe and MyFaction. When it comes to Universe mode, this is the mode that should keeps the game alive even after the next game's releases. Problem is, this could be the most broken, unplayable mode in the game. I really tried my best to work over and around the problems this mode has. But still, one thing after another and some little mistakes could cost me my whole save data. And you have no idea how much time it needs to build up a somewhat playable Universe mode. It's brutal and the results sometimes not as good as you want it to be. So my hope, and the only reason I would buy another 2K game, is if I find out that they fix Universe mode. This is one reason and important one for me to get the game. Other than that, yeah, everything broken with the gameplay and the server. And speaking of the server, and finally, let's talk about the controversial game mode this year. You know, cards, Persona this and Persona that. Yeah, let's talk about MyFaction. The best way to describe this mode is, good idea, bad execution. Let's face it, whoever likes this type of games will play it. While others don't want to play it but for some, they had to because they want to unlock the extras in it. To me, this is really unfair because it's a gacha game, aka gambling with virtual currency, and even real cash. This could be easily avoided by doing one of the following. Either take all these Persona card system and let the players to unlock them in other modes. Or, leave these in MyFaction but all should be obtained as rewards in the regular modes like the Weekly Tower, Proven Grounds, and Faction Wars. With this, players who enjoy my faction will still play to get the best card and focus on challenges, online and collection. While the players that don't like this mode will log in to play those simple accessible modes to get those persona cards to unlock them outside of my faction because that's their motive to begin with. Now for those who like to play my faction like myself, and after playing it for the first time and since day one, I gotta say, it felt like it's very limited. I talked about match types earlier, and my question is, where are those matches in here? Instead of putting us in those garbage 6 superstar fuckery matches, why isn't this a nice gauntlet? Another example of a missed opportunity for a gauntlet match, remember the fatal 4-way against 3 Triple H? And another one against 3 Undertakers? Yeah, it's just lazy, repetitive challenges over and over. And on top of that, most challenges would require a specific card, and worse, if they ask for a bronze, silver, and gold cards. Like seriously, we have now Galaxy Opal cards, and they still want us to use gold on a challenge to call it a challenge. Makes me scratch my head and ask, why would I bother collecting those cards from live events anymore? But to me, I enjoy collecting, I guess, even knowing that when the servers shut down, all this progress and collection will be gone. Here's another idea 2K, why isn't this mode be accessible after the server shuts down? Simply, any online activities, like online matches, live events, and purchasing VC, should be closed. All events reward cards should be in the card market. And the only currency usable should be MFP. With all this, my faction mode could open as an offline mode like others, and players could keep their progress and unlock cards on their own by farming MFP. But guess I'll be dreaming for this idea to be true. And 2K have their own idea of how to suck as much money from their players, and then move on to the next project. And this is exactly why I said right from the start of this video that 2K24 should not win this year's Best Game Award. And let me sum it up here in rapid fire checklist. Broken Universe Mode? Check. Annoying AI, aka CPU? Check. Boring Showcase Mode? Check. Locking things in my faction, where some have to pay money to get freaking extra skins? Well, this is worse for those who already paid for DLCs, and WrestleMania version, so, check. And speaking of DLCs, how about when 2K laughing at their players for not being happy with the Pat McAfee and Friends DLC? Yeah, you think we forgot about that? Check. And with all that being said, I can't justify why would anyone would vote for this game to win. Except that we're WWE fans and we love the product. But 2K, I'm sorry, no hate, but you should do better before you ask us to vote for you to win an award while pissing on us all year. Now on a side note, I wanted to do MFP farming video to help out who needs this. Problem is, I myself can't farm MFP easily due to the servers, just randomly kicking me out. I guess 2K found a way to stop us from farming MFP, whether that intentionally or not. But hey, I'll leave it to you. Please let me know in the comments if you need that video. I'll try my best to get it done as soon as I can. And one more thing about me, 2K24 should be my last WWE game to get without even thinking. The things that really sold me out on this game was, when I saw the blood and ability to throw weapons. See 2K. Little things like these matters. And if 2K25 would be something like more animation for weapons use, and even better blood path mess, I would think about getting it. But yet again, not if something like Universe Mode not functioning well. Please sounds off in the comments, what do you think of this year's game? And what improvement you want to see in the next one? And do you think it's a good thing if WWE 2K24 wins the Game Award for the Best Sport Game of the Year? I'd love to read all. And thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel, so maybe I get the courage and motivation to play the next game. And before I go out, here's a clip of the issue that I'm having when I farm MFP.